is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to be starting here in a minute. We're just letting all the YouTube notifications pop and go through with the pin. Can I click? Who was first? I know his brother Andy. Andy was first. Thank you for joining. We got Cooley in there. And we see Paul. What is up, Paul? And Andy, what is up? I thought I saw Wayne in there too somewhere. 45 auto. Yeah, let's get a tanker 45 in there. We're just going to be starting here in a minute. We're just letting the YouTube notifications go out. I need another drink of water. I'm a little off center today. Why? I don't know. Meshtastic. Did I spell it wrongly? Probably spelled it wrong. I'll check it in a minute. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe for me. Yeah. All right. Digital Warlock, there he is. Getting ready to dance with the Meshtastic monster. Yes, sirree. And he used his member super chat. That is awesome. Thank you very much. If you are a member of Tank Radio, you get a once-a-month member super chat, which Wayne just used there, and he's been a member for 3 months. 3 months. Baby Frank, why am I baby? Yeah. So let's go ahead and I'm off my game here. Let's go ahead and get started by need to get the energy up. Yeah. What is going on, y'all? I'm Frank KG5AHJ, and it looks like I'm a little high, so I'm going to drop the chair a little bit. There we go. We're going to have some fun with Meshtastic. We're going to be having, we're going to be talking about how to set up the mesh nodes for the first time. We got Robert. He's going to explain all this to us. And when we're done, we're going to try to open up for a Q&A, and we're going to have some fun. Bill, Ham Radio Tectonics, thank you for joining. There. That's close enough. But as always, we're going to get it started by playing that awesome intro video. Need to unmute. Quick shout out to all my Patreons who makes the show possible. You can support me by joining Patreon in the link below. And on to Tank Radio. We are back. Welcome, new subscriber to the channel. Thank you very much. I saw Nick's question. We're going to be tackling Nick's question here in a minute, but we're going to start off as always by saying thank you to all my Patreon supporters. This channel can't run without your support, and thank y'all who support me over on Patreon. Thank y'all who support me over here on YouTube. And Sleepless Drop, thank you for Sleepless Drop. Yeah, I said that right. Thank you for your supporter, and use your member chat also. We are going to be talking about Meshtastic today, and we're going to be having some fun. But before we get started, I am repeating myself. I'm sorry. Super chats are active. Just like last stream, I'm going to carry this forward. Once I hit the $10 mark for super chats or new members, I am going to make this stream free. Right now, there's light ads, and I've gone through some analytics, and I am tired of how much YouTube has been cramming ads in there for y'all. And if we hit $10, that's more their money than I make on ads on the streams in 2+ weeks. So once we hit $10, the ads will go away. If you haven't done so already, hit up my audio podcast. My audio podcast is amazing and it drops every week. So that means there's 2 audio podcasts that are not on YouTube. If you want to hear what those are about, go ahead and to any podcast or app you have, search Tank Radio. You'll find me, Tank Radio, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We hit it already, and I'm gonna mark it here in a minute. Kilo Delta 2 Uniform Delta Romeo gave me a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. And Dave gave me a $20 super chat. Did someone say Meshtastic? Yes, sir. We're gonna be talking about some Meshtastic today. Can I hit that love? There it is. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. The last point of business before we get started is Tank Radio pint glasses. Tank Radio pint glasses are no longer available. I know how many to order. They have been ordered and they're being built, scribed, labeled something already. So as soon as they get to me, and I will be getting them out to y'all. So it's going to take about 2-ish weeks to get them all shipped to me. Then after that, give me another week or 2 to get all the packing together, because I got to break them all down and repack them and send them out to y'all. So it's going to be about another 4-ish weeks, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, but I can't wait to get those out to y'all. And thank you so much who ordered those pint glasses. They are awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. So today we're talking about Meshtastic. I got a Spec 5 node here. I got a SenseCap node over here. And what I'm going to do here is me and Rob already played with these a little bit. And I went ahead and recorded that. And we're going to be watching it here in a minute. I'm going to be watching for questions. And when we're done, Rob is going to be coming on and joining us around the half-hour mark. And we're going to be answering your questions. So hang out in the chat, and I'll be around if you know where to find me, and we could talk somewhere, kind of back channel. But y'all are awesome, so let's go ahead and get this started. I just got to click there and there. Oh, because yeah. Here we go. Today.
I'm good, Frank. How are you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing all right. I asked you to come on here because I wanted to set up a Meshtastic, set it up from scratch so we can just show everyone how to do it and why we're doing some of these things and how we're doing it. So I have the SenseCap. It is a new mesh node to my mesh network. I have a Delta that's charging. It was supposed to be charged, but it was on the wrong USB-C downstairs.
Oops.
Yeah,
Happens.
and another older Helltech. And
nice. Okay.
I'm trying to set up my own mesh network, and I would like to, by the end of this video, have this guy kind of up and going, and a private channel between them so that we can send data back and forth.
Awesome. Good idea. I like it.
Yeah. So how do we start off? So this is there's no USB plug-in to the SenseCap. Let me just show it big to the camera here. All we got back here is the charging port, and that's the magnetic
pogo pins.
Yeah, that's a pain in the butt. And that's all we got. So how do we connect to this device for the first time?
Yeah, so you're going to, assuming it's charged and it's already flashed, which I think, right? You're in good shape.
That was one step. I did pre-stream. I plugged this in to the computer with the pogo pin and upgraded it via the web flasher utility.
Perfect. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is just pair it with your phone then. Right? So we'll pair it using Bluetooth. You gotta have a way to communicate with it, and these communicate with your phone over Bluetooth, which, you can use these without having any type of cell service or network connected to your phone, but these have to talk to your phone And you can do that over Bluetooth.
So we already have the Meshtastic app already pre-installed on the phone. That is a free app that you just find in Android store. It's probably also in the Apple store.
Yeah, it is. And make sure you update this frequently. The Meshtastic team is doing great work
Mm-hmm.
in making upgrades to this app. So keep it up to date.
I highly agree. So now the device is in a fresh state. So in order to find it, do I hit scan?
Yep. So hit your scan. It looks like you've already got two devices connected to your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and you can have many, right? There's no problem having many.
But you can only do one device at a time, right?
That's right. You can only be working with a single device
Ah.
at a time.
So I see a mesh 4 5 or 4D19. I guess that's it.
Unless you have another one lurking around there, that's
No,
likely it.
hopefully not.
Not that you know of.
Yeah. All right, comes up with a pin. So on the normal mesh devices with a screen, it will have a pin that we enter, but I'm not
Yeah,
seeing it.
a lot of times, these devices that have no screen, they'll use a default password, and usually it's 1 2 3 4 5 6. So give that a try.
I'm about to type it in my keyboard. That won't work. 1 2 3 4 5 6.
Yeah, let's see if that's it.
Aha!
There you go. Beauty.
Sweet, and it's connecting. And then now I have the Meshtastic 5D19. I guess that is the serial number.
That's the identification of the radio, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the last four digits of the of the radio address.
Okay. Okay. Where do we go from here?
So the very first thing you have to do is you have to tell it what region you're in.
Okay.
Right. So take a step back. You got a little Lancy on me there.
I did. I did.
You see that right in the middle of the screen? It says set your region.
Yes. Oh, it displays that there. I'm so used to going to
They've moved it.
settings.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they're doing great work. They're making this really, they're really improving this.
Mm-hmm. All
And
right.
so
Mm-hmm.
when you setting your region is important because that's what identifies the frequency that you're working with. Right. So in the US, our frequency is 915 megahertz.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you set your region, that and in some devices, specifically with the one that you're working with, that device will work in multiple regions. It will work on multiple frequencies. So it's important that you set the region correctly.
Oh,
right. So you just want to, hit that drop down.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go, right there at the
United
top.
States. And do we want to turn off anything else here?
All right, so let's talk for just a quick second.
Yes.
So you scroll up just a little bit further, and you see that the preset is long range fast. Mm-hmm. We'll often refer to that as long fast. That's the default. Anytime you turn one of these things on from scratch, it's using the long fast configuration, which sets the we're working in the 915 megahertz space, but that's actually a range of frequencies. So you're actually when you change that preset, you're actually changing the frequency slightly that you're working in. You're still in the 915 megahertz space, but just like when you're on 20 meters, right? Mm-hmm. You could be within a large 20 meters is a large band.
Yeah, we can roll up or down the band as we kind of need. So
this is similar, right? And so when you change the preset, it actually changes the frequency slot that you're in. So in order to communicate with other devices, just like in your ham radio, you have to be on the same frequency. Mm-hmm. And so setting that preset makes sure that you're going to be able to communicate with other Meshtastic devices that have the same preset. So do you know if you've changed the preset on your
Mm,
other two
no,
devices?
I kept it all the standard long fast.
Okay. Okay. So, so that's the default, and that's fine. So we don't have to touch that. They pretty much have this ready to go, well
Mm-hmm.
configured out of the box, right? So MQTT is off, which means you're not going to be communicating over the internet or to a MQTT broker.
And
That's
that's
kind
what
of an
the
advanced.
OK M2TT button is. And I have that
Yep.
disabled right now.
Yep. Yep. So we're going to leave that. We're going to leave both of those off. So it's not going to listen for MQTT and it's not going to transmit to MQTT.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's set for 3 hops,
Mm-hmm.
which is saying that it's, the message, every time it goes through a device, it counts a hop. So you can go through 3 other devices before your message.
Time's out.
Yeah, timeout's probably a fair way of thinking about it, right? It's not gonna be passed to another device after you go
That
through 3
that's
devices.
interesting. I've received messages before that have said that they hopped 4 or 5 times, but I guess that's their setup on their end.
That's right.
Okay,
That's exactly right.
interesting.
Frequency slot. This is what we were talking about a little bit in terms of changing your preset. So if you would change here, this will be fun. Just for the heck of it, go up, slide up a little bit,
Yeah,
and then change that long range, change it to short fast.
short fast. Got it.
Yep, short range fast. Now go down.
Oh, the slots changed.
Yeah, the slot change, and then look at the frequency. See, it's
Oh,
918,875.
yes,
Okay, go back up and change it back to your long fast.
long fast.
Slide back down, right? Your slot changed and your
Mm-hmm.
frequency changed. So you're all
Oh.
it's very similar to, thinking about it either like a channelized radio
Mm-hmm.
or thinking about it like, you're just changing your VFO, right? When you pick a different frequency slot, it changes the frequency. Now, those different presets have different characteristics, right? There's reasons why you'll pick long fast over short fast and all the rest. I don't know how deep you want to go today,
Not
but
right now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the key piece of information is just like anything else in radio, everybody's got to be on the same frequency in order to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have to have everybody on the same preset.
Perfect. All right, so at this is pretty much the standard settings. Our regions, United States. We got long,
Yep.
fast, and everything else is just the standard out of the box. Hit save.
Hit save. Yeah. Nothing happens till you hit save, and then it will reset your mesh device. Every time you save a settings
Mm-hmm,
change or
mm-hmm.
make a settings change, it'll reset your device.
There, I heard it. Do do do. Will it come back, or do I have to wait for it, or I hit
Um,
close and
hit
then?
close. Hit
Okay.
close and it'll come back.
And so right now at the bottom right, I see the red
Yep.
device with the line through it, so it's not connected, which is rebooting.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit your back arrow up there where it says Laura.
Mm-hmm. And
All
tell it
right.
to
So,
connect to that device again,
yep. Go ahead and
since I
tell it
have
to connect.
multiple.
You got it.
Boom.
Okay. So, a couple other things I want to point out just super quick.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit that 5D19 up in the top corner, in the right-hand corner, go ahead and touch that real quick. Takes you to this device details page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hit your back arrow once.
Okay.
Hit the 5D19 on the panel that's under connected devices.
Okay.
Takes you to that same place.
Hmm.
Hit your back arrow once.
Okay.
Go down to your bottom menu and hit your node menu. That's the second from the left.
Oh
Okay,
wow,
here's
there's a
all the
lot of
nodes.
devices out there already.
Yep. Now hit that 5D19 again at the top, right? That's your device.
Mm.
So there's lots of ways to get to this now. This didn't used to be how this worked, but again, this is one of those pretty neat improvements that they've made.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you can learn a lot about your device or other devices by clicking on that tag that represents the device.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right?
No, and then a GPS location. Some of these have
Provided that they have it
sensors.
turned on.
Yep.
Yep. If they have sensors, you can see that as well. So this is a really neat way to learn about the devices that your device can see.
Hmm. That's so cool. It sees it already.
Yeah. Yeah, that's well, let's see here. These are all now. Yeah, so
Yeah.
these are right. So this is all stuff cooking in your area,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, right? And
So.
that's because everybody is on long fast, right? That's the default.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you would have set your radio up using a different preset, if you would have picked short fast, for example, you wouldn't see any of these,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they're
Interesting.
on different frequency.
Yep. What's kind of next? What do we?
Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's hit the gear on your bottom menu, the
Mm-hmm.
second from the right. Okay, and then let's go to position. This is one that folks um, should understand,
Yeah, I this
right?
is kind of why I was trying to ask you for help here because I was seeing some funkiness with the position. Maybe I set it up
Okay.
wrong.
Well, the big decision is, do you want to broadcast your position,
Mm-hmm.
right? In some cases, you may be fine broadcasting your position, and in other cases, you might want to turn that off,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you've got a stationary, let's say you've got a solar node that's stationary, and you're going to put it on your house, right? You might want to turn the position off,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's not going to move. It's not like you need to know where it's going, right? Unless you're worried about someone stealing it. That's a different issue,
Right.
right? But, you might not want to advertise that location necessarily to the mesh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And, there's no real reason to broadcast a stationary node to the mesh. So you can come in here and you can turn on and turn off whether or not your device is broadcasting a position, whether or not it's using the phone for GPS if it doesn't have a GPS,
That
right? So there's lots of
that
different settings
that
here.
Helltech 3 uses the phone
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't have a built-in GPS receiver.
Okay. Well, let's scroll up here and just look at a couple of these options.
Yep. So the first one we have is broadcast interval.
Yeah. So this is you can think of this as almost like setting up like smart beaconing,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can kind of set an interval and, keep in mind, the shorter the interval, the more power you're using in terms of your battery, right? Because every time, just like your real or your ham radio, right? Transmit takes more power than receive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how often do you really want to send out a broadcast for your device?
Oops.
And it really depends on your use case,
Mm-hmm.
right? If this is something that you're carrying on yourself, like at a ham fest and you're walking around, maybe setting it to every 15 minutes is fine, right? Now, if you're somebody who moves around quite a bit, maybe you want to set it to 5 minutes.
Yeah, like Frank trying to find him at a ham fest. He's always moving.
Now, the other, I put one of these on one of the goats in my herd.
Mm-hmm.
And I want that to be broadcasting very frequently because they're always on the move,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I might set the interval
To 60
to,
seconds is the shortest
yeah,
one.
yep,
Then what's the minimal interval? So that's the smart position. So
that's right.
so if you don't move within 15 seconds, it will send that out. But the minimum interval is if you're on the move, how often does it do a smart position update?
That's right. Think of it like your smart beaconing,
Mm-hmm.
on your APRS.
And below that is minimum distance. How far, I guess, you want to have it move in meters before it triggers.
That's right.
Okay.
Now you can also change. I think it's in there somewhere. You can change between metric
It's
and
probably
imperial as well.
buried somewhere in another setting.
Yeah.
So then also it has fixed position.
This is a case where if you don't want it, right, if it's going to be fixed position where it's not going to move, you can turn that on,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's just a toggle on or off.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have an option here, right? If you've got a GPS mode, if it's part of your hardware. Now that Seed Studio device has it as part of the hardware.
The sense cap.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't want to broadcast your location, you would want to turn that off.
Okay.
Go ahead and turn that off for a second.
The position.
Yeah. Well.
These are the flags.
The GPS mode. Well, right there in the center. So under device GPS where it says enabled.
Uh-huh.
Right. Hit that drop down. Say disabled. Okay. Go ahead and save it. Now that's not going to broadcast the position of that device
Okay.
to the mesh. Okay. And if you go ahead and look on your map, that's the middle menu item at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. So now we're connected. We go back to map. It's
Now
still.
well, I think that's showing because
Oh, it's the last.
it's your device, right?
Okay.
I think that's the case.
Because the blue dot would be me on my position through the phone. Then the device name
Yeah,
is.
so that's another thing, right?
Let's just go on the tirade real fast. Let's connect to the Heltec 3.
Go to your map again. And then up at the top, right? You've got your icons up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's on the far right, that's a position icon. You see what I mean? You've got those 5 at the top. So you can turn it off right there. I think that's the phone. Go ahead and hit that one at the far right and see if that changes.
No. Well, I'm toggling it.
Yeah, that might just move it to your
Current position.
Your current position.
But I don't see the mesh, the sense cap on this map right now through the Heltec.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's true. So I think they were just showing that because it knows where you are. It's just not broadcasting that.
Let's go back to the settings. So the position, I do want the position on this to be enabled.
Yep. So go ahead and
enable
save it. Make sure you save it. Don't forget to save it.
And let's do 60 seconds because I want this one to be fairly accurate.
Okay.
I guess I have to enable it and then change it back to the 60. Because I'm going to use this one as a device I'm going to give to my girlfriend.
Ah, there you go.
Yep. So when we go, and she knows she's going to have this, and she already kind of knows what it is. So when we're out and about at festivals, we're going to be going to a Texas Renaissance Festival.
Nice.
That we have a way to communicate if we get lost or separated, and hopefully there'll be other people out there with these.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. Yeah.
So now let's try to. All right. So 90 seconds. It doesn't like 60 for some reason. We'll do it every 90 seconds.
Wouldn't let you do 60.
It blanks out. That might have been interesting. All right, I set it. It's resetting now. So how do we make these nodes names nicer instead of mesh 4 or 5D19?
Sure. Once you get paired again, go ahead and click on the tag. That'll get us. And then let's go to device configuration user.
Oh, wrong one. I hit device user.
There we
Okay.
go. You can change the long name and the short name.
So I'm going to put this one, just change it to SenseCap. SenCap. There we go. And the short name, we're just going to do TANK. Save. Oh, did I do it too fast? All right, so we are reset now. The name of this is still Meshtastic. And we go back to users, SenseCap, tank. I
Yep.
like that.
Now let's go to your node list.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There you go.
Oh, it's
There you go.
changed.
Yep.
Awesome.
Now go ahead and click on that one more time. Just open that up.
Okay.
And okay, let's see. If you look under user ID, that remember that original number, that 5D19?
Yes.
That's that right there, that is. Right? There's
Ah.
that ID. Okay. The reason why that may be important is if you've got a device that has a screen on it,
Okay.
I don't know if all the various firmwares do the same thing, but most of the firmwares, I believe all of them do. I don't know that is an absolute though, but most of the firmware, let's go with that, they will show the device ID,
Mm-hmm.
or they'll show that user ID, the last 4 digits in the display. So if you've got like a whole bunch of, if you've got 3 or 4 nodes laying around and you're not sure which one's which,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you named many of them tank,
Yeah.
right? You can always look at what that node ID is that's displayed on a device with a display, and you can find,
Oh,
find which one it belongs to.
interesting. The
Yeah.
last thing I want to do here is I want to set up a private channel so
Oh,
that we can send messages back and forth between us, and they're not broadcast, because long fast the channel, everyone gets off the bat is there, but that's a public channel. Everyone sees that.
yes. Yes.
Everyone sees the messages in long fast and some other stuff. Oh, it's actually been receiving since we've been talking. That's awesome.
Yeah.
um
That's good.
so how do we set up a private channel?
All right. So if you go back down to your config,
Mm-hmm.
there you go. So if you go to channels under radio configuration, there you go. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a little plus down there. Here you can add a channel. So you can pick whatever channel name you want. And you can see as you are typing that name, it's generating a
Oh,
key.
okay. I
All
hit
right.
this backspace on my keyboard trying to hit that. Okay.
All right. Now you just hit save.
What are these other options? Enable or uplink enabled, downlink enabled, and position enabled.
Yeah. So if you want to disable position in this channel, right? Just so that if you're on this channel, then positioning is not shared,
Mm-hmm.
right? Position information wouldn't be shared through this channel.
But I want position to be shared, so I would enable that.
Yeah.
So now we got that precise locations enabled.
You're putting this together for your personal use,
Yes.
right? For you and your girlfriend, you probably want precise
Yep.
location,
So those are
right?
both enabled, I guess, now.
Yep.
All right. And hit save.
Yep. Go ahead and hit save.
And for
All
those
right.
that I'm just going to make a quick note here. For those who are listening And looking at the screen very closely, I will change these keys. The names will change.
Yeah, and they're easy to change.
Yep.
Now, the other thing you should notice is the top channel, channel 0, your primary channel. It has a key, but it's not closed, and
It
it's
has a
yellow.
lock. Yeah, a yellow lock.
Okay. So what that's telling you is that it has a key, but it's got a key that everybody else knows. So it's not secure, right? Because it's using the default key. Now, if you look at the one you just created,
now it has
it's
the
a
green
locked
lock.
padlock, right? Because that is now a secure channel, except for the, dozens of people, hundreds of people that are watching your stream. But you'll change that later.
Yep.
But here that would be considered a secure channel because that has a unique key, right? It's not a default key; it's a unique key.
So let's go ahead and hit send. Delivered. Oh, I guess it's not rebooting on that one.
No.
And there's the
creating a channel.
There's the new one. So how do we now share that key?
So there's a couple of different things you can do. You can actually open that up, copy the key.
So I go back to the
send
gear
that
settings.
To somebody. Yeah, you can see there's a key there. You could actually copy and share that, right? You can do like a copy and, text it to your girlfriend or whatever, right? Or, right, that's one way you can do it. You can share the key itself, or, well, where'd you go there?
I went back to devices, so I got the key copied.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to show you an easier way.
Okay.
Potentially. Wait, I mean, there's a couple of different ways, right? You can you can create a QR code.
Okay. Yeah, let's go that route.
Yeah, so go ahead and connect to your device, and then let's go back to the config, and then click on channels. All right.
And then the QR code here.
Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. QR code's in the corner.
So once we connect back to the device, we need to go to the chats on the far left of the screen, and then we'll see a QR code.
Yeah, they've moved some of this stuff around. I mean, they keep changing this. It keeps getting better too.
It does.
Now, here you could select which channels you want included in the QR code. Right. So yeah, you just turned off long fast, or you really only want to share the encrypted channel because the channel 0 is everyone's
channel 0 is the default one everyone gets.
Yeah.
Yep. Then I am confused about replace or add. So the options below here is replace and add.
Sure. So this is an Android option. The last I remember, so at least when we were in Huntsville in August, this was still the case because I heard some of the Apple guys complaining about it. On the Apple, you don't have this option, or at least you didn't in August. But on Android, you can either replace all of your channels with the channels that are in the QR code, or you can just add the channels in the QR code to your existing channels.
So we want to add. So if we met another mesh person in the wild and we want to share our channels, we do it this way, and then they hit that QR code, and there's a button down at the bottom here that says scan, and that brings up the phone. And now it's looking for something to scan. There's you, Robert. Cool.
But yeah, it's every time I look at this app, something's moved or a little something has changed.
Right.
And they've added so many great features to this. It's really, really getting better and better every month.
The one thing I wanted to show before we leave, since I'm setting this up all pre, and I'm just going to install the app on her phone and connect her to one device. One thing I've learned, if you have multiple devices like I do, let's go back to the health tech. Um, you can't scan that QR code and put it onto the device. You got to share it somewhere else or print it and then try to rescan it. But I've found that works though, since I copied over that channel key already on the phone. I can go back into channels and create a channel and just name it something.
Mm-hmm.
And in the key, I'm just going to go ahead and select all of it and
Yep.
delete it
Yep.
and paste the new one in there.
Paste in your other one. Now here's another thing that you can do.
And
right. So this is if you go back to your channel list. So
I
go to
hit
your
cancel, so it added long fast by default. Okay.
yeah. Go back to your channel list.
Okay.
Or no, not the channel list. I'm sorry, your chat list.
Okay.
All right. Now go to hit your copy, or I'm sorry, your copy, your QR code. You knew what I meant.
Yeah.
And then get this where you would want it. So like maybe turn off your long fast.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, there's a URL there as well.
I tried the URL, and it says you need to do this on through the device, and I haven't figured out how to do that, and it
Yeah,
worked.
yeah, you can definitely do it through the key, but you should be able to also,
Let's try this now. All right.
yeah,
So I'm gonna share Frank. Well, I'm gonna have to recreate it all. That's fine. I copied the URL. So we're going to
okay,
go into a web browser, use the QR code on the Apple device, blah, 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 blah.
okay. So go ahead and go back to your device. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
go to. I'm just curious here. Go there. So you've already got the encrypted channel there, so
No,
we won't
that's the
know.
old other encrypted channel. If we're trying to add the one I copied off of the
Okay,
Helltech, I
then
have that URL copied right now in my.
so go down there and paste it into that URL spot.
Okay,
See what happens if you paste that into the URL spot.
I didn't try that.
Okay.
Ah,
Now accept
oh,
or add, right?
I hit add.
Okay, go ahead and hit enter.
There it is. But it
There it is.
over. I
See,
probably
that's
I probably hit replace instead of add,
yeah.
and I
So that
lost long fast. But if you
which is
get
no big deal,
but if you
right?
get in
Because you
this
can add long
situation,
fast easy.
yeah. So let's just go ahead and add long fast as the last thing we do here. We go back to the gear settings channel.
Now what I would do is I would delete that channel and put your long fast in your zero channel.
Let me just add, because if you just hit add,
Okay.
long fast is default, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the
Then you should
default
be
key.
able to rearrange these
Yeah, you can do that too.
and send, and long fast should work again. Cool. And there's Longfast.
Yep.
Robert, thank you.
Yeah,
This
that's
this
fun, isn't it?
it is fun, and we haven't done any. Well, it all connects. And for those of you who are watching the live stream, we are going to transition in 5, 4. Just do it now, Frank. Why are we waiting? Hey, hey. Um, that was fun. I was watching the chat for any of the any questions here. Long fast has to be 0. Dave says. Dave, check your Discord. I think you acknowledged that already. But yes, long fast has to be 0. And I kind of have another question around that, but we might hit on it later. But let me bring Robert back in here. Hey, Robert.
Hey.
You got different clothes on. That was
Well,
magic.
that's yeah.
Magic.
The magic of a week later
Yep.
or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But as we were going through and
Wait,
said,
wait, wait, wait,
what,
wait.
what, What
Wait,
happened?
Frank, were you just showing off your being hip?
What did I do?
Huh?
What did I do?
You did this thing that all the kids are doing these days.
Oh,
Were you
I
just showing off?
not even realizing it. Not even realizing it.
Uh,
Dave, also thank you for joining. Also, um, you commented in the chat. Long fast has to be 0. Why is
Yeah.
that? You can't have it slot 1 or slot 2.
All right. Oh, I forgot my mic. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we
Okay.
gotcha. Sound
I
good.
just reset up my entire computer system, so still figuring it all out. It long fast has to be, in order for you to participate in the long fast portion of it, it has to be the primary channel, which is channel 0
Mm-hmm.
on your Meshtastic device. So if you change channel 0, it actually uses the algorithm and will put you on a different frequency and
Mm-hmm.
a different area. So
Hmm.
you got to, that's why it needs to be long fast first and then whatever else you want after that.
Okay. So in the sense, what I'm trying to set up with my sense cap here is I having it as a secondary user that's not going to be used to doing a lot of things, and I don't want her to see long fast. What if I delete long fast and have my encrypted channel as the primary? Will she still see the messages that I send over the encrypted channel?
I have never tried that, so I don't know. um,
Yes, stump the expert. I'm done here.
yeah. Oh, sorry. It's not ready to be on a live stream right now. Yeah,
What was
I
that?
don't know.
Yeah, what
I
was
don't
that?
Ask
I'm
know.
that.
gonna I'm
Ask
gonna
that
read.
again. Say that again.
So the question is on the sense cap, if I delete Longfast and have my encrypted channel as the primary, will
Hmm.
that encrypted channel still work for sending and receiving messages because Longfast is not there? Because as I understand, the channel numbers kind of offset frequencies a little bit.
All right. So
Only the primary channel.
Only on the primary. The
And
secondaries don't matter.
correct.
Okay.
Actually, let's try. I will try this
What
right now.
while you're poking that and give us the answer, Robert, I did like this question earlier from Nick. He's starting Meshtastic. Do you have any starter devices that you recommend for a noob that has GPS?
the T1000 is like the best answer ever, right? Because it's
Yeah.
first of all,
Is that one? This
it's
one right here, the sense cap.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Aw.
that's one of the cheapest devices.
Yeah.
But it does all the things, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got GPS, it's got some other sensors, it's got all the things to play with. I mean, it's a great first device.
Mm-hmm. And just look at the factor itself. It's slim. It goes into a pocket easily. It does have a slot that you can put stuff on there. Running that paracord through it was a pain in the butt, but I got it on there with a carabiner now, so I could attach it to any backpack. Oh.
Well, I think the other thing too.
This guy will run for like 3 to 4 days,
Yep.
and that's
Yeah,
amazing on its right.
Depends on network traffic. If you're in a very, very heavily congested area where there's a lot of transmissions going on,
Mm-hmm.
the battery won't last as long. But yeah, I get at least 2 days. And it will not let me get rid of my primary channel.
Oh,
So you can
interesting.
rename it, and then that will affect, because your primary channel and then the long fast or short fast or whatever, those two things dictate the speed, the frequency, and the packet size.
Mm-hmm.
So if you change the primary channel from long fast and primary, or that's on an Apple phone, it's called primary channel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it's called on an Android phone, but if you change the name, it will then also no longer work as the long fast. So you could try and put in 123
Mm-hmm.
as the primary name and see if you still get.
It will. It'll let you. And Frank, that's when you'll get that error message
Uh,
that you asked me about.
Yep, I finally got all my photos to back up, so I was able to pull this. This is a error message that I got the other day, and I had to send Robert a message like, "What is this about?" So this error message says a device is advertising as your public key. This may indicate a low encryption key. You need to regenerate your public key. So what is uh, that message is about?
All right. So whenever you flash your device, right, it sets up that primary channel for you. It sets up long fast,
Mm-hmm.
and it sets up an encryption key that is the default, right? So not only are you getting a default channel name, but you're getting a default encryption key. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody who flashes their device can talk to one another because everybody's on the same channel and they have the same encryption key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, as soon as you change the name of that channel, that doesn't just change the encryption key for you automatically, right? You're changing the name of the channel, but that encryption key is staying as that default encryption key,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, you know, they probably, that's a little bit of a confusing message, but it's a super geeky message that tells you a couple of different things, right? One thing it's telling you is, and this is a problem that is no longer a problem. This is an old problem that they're still referencing in this message. My guess is they're going to change this message at some point. It used to be whenever you would create an encryption key on Meshtastic, it would use a low entropy method to create that key.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? It meant that they use a low number of variables to generate that key. And so what that meant was in the earlier versions of the firmware, you could request a unique key. Someone else could request a unique key, and you guys could end up with the same doggone key.
What?
Yep.
Right? So that's really just a warning to say, hey, you're advertising a channel name that has a well-known
Key on
key.
it.
And
Yeah.
yeah, no kidding, it's well-known because it's the default that everybody gets whenever you turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it might be a better message to just say, hey, you're still using the default key, change your key.
Yeah.
It's probably less confusing for everybody.
Interesting.
And I just tried to change the primary channel name to
Mhm.
123 and was no longer able to send a message on a primary channel. Did not go through.
Okay.
So it's got to stay.
All right. I was just trying to make it less spammy so that they don't see the messages coming through long fast. The only messages I want popping up on their phone is, our private channel.
You can change the notifications in the app
Oh.
where you don't get notified on primary channel or long fast messages. But they're still going to be there. They'll still, when you go to the messages portion of the app, you'll still see channel 0, long fast, and messages in there. It just won't, your phone won't make noise when it happens.
So in order to do that, you long press the channel inside the chats, and then there'll be like a little speaker, and then you push that speaker on Android, then you get a notification. You
Okay.
can mute and do whatever you want. Mute 8 hours, 1 week, or always.
There you go.
Cool.
We talked about this a little bit in the video portion, but it's worth mentioning again. The Meshtastic team, at least on Android, I don't have an iOS device, so Dave, maybe you can chime in on this. On the Android side, it seems like every couple of weeks you're getting an updated app. They've got so much development and emphasis going on in terms of improving those mobile apps right now. I mean, it's crazy. You'll go in to try to find something and it's moved, right? But the good news is it's pretty easy to find because they're making smart changes, right? They're putting it someplace where it makes sense, but it might not be where you saw it the last time you used it if you just updated your app.
Yeah, on the Apple side, it's a little bit slower on major changes like that. But what I have seen looking at is their starting to transition the user experience from Android, which used to be very clunky and very overcomplicated, and trying to soften it up like it is on an Apple device. Apple devices have a lot less extra stuff that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like, and the overall UI seems like that they're kind of transitioning the Android UI to look a lot like the Apple UI, because they were two completely different animals in the beginning. And it was, I mean, totally, things weren't even called the same thing. And
Yeah.
2 years
It
ago,
would
3
make
years ago.
sense. It'd make sense to try to harmonize those things.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I got another
Because
question. Go ahead.
it's always frustrating. It's frustrating for me. I'm sure it's frustrating for people that ask me questions that say, "Hey, how do you do this?" Right? And I have to say, "Well, are you Apple? Or, if you're Apple, oh, I can take a guess, but I don't know."
Mm-hmm.
I have to do the same thing. It's funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, Android phone. No, let's figure it
Apple,
out.
call Dave.
So here's a question for about the UK folks. This is from MI7D JT. I'm sorry. Do you guys use Mesh Core in the US? It really has taken hold over here in the UK. What is Mesh Core?
So Mesh Core is um, it's just another mesh technology, right? It is a competitor. One, might say it's a competitor to Meshtastic. I mean, there's a bunch of them out there, right? There's several. I think Meshtastic is the one that's got the most traction right now. But Mesh Core is another mesh option. You can likely take your device that you have today, and I say likely because that's evolving as well. They had a smaller number of devices that you could flash in the past, but that number keeps changing. So, there may be parity there these days.
Mm-hmm.
But you could take your T1000 and flash it with Mesh Core.
Mm-hmm.
So they take a different approach to routing, is probably, without getting too deep into it. It takes a different approach to routing. They have fewer number of roles, right? I think there's only 2 roles, or there used to be only 2. And so it's just it's another type of mesh,
Okay.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
that was born out of the fact that early on with Meshtastic, it could really struggle in dense networks.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting better, and now there's kind of a prescribed way to use Meshtastic in a dense network. But MeshCore was kind of built out of the frustrations of those early issues with Meshtastic.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a MeshCore device running since May. I think I just, it's in my pack. I take it with me wherever I go. I think I have run into less than probably 15 other
Interesting.
MeshCore users since May.
Wow. So, okay. Another question from our friend James over Quirky QRP. Great Etsy store with ham radio stuff and has a couple of items there for me. But he's asking, hey Rob and Dave, is there any chatter on Meshtastic ever adding a simple or slash beginner mode setting for all our friends, family who aren't techno nerds and just want to use the app simply as a text messaging service for the family?
I actually think that's the direction the app is going, is to a more simplified app.
Mm-hmm.
There is not, I would love to see a simple mode, because
Mm-hmm.
I would love to give something like this to my mom,
Mm-hmm.
who's 68 years old, and she can text message with her phone, but you open up that app and there's just too many things you can do.
Right.
And especially, or children as well. And there's too many ways you can break it very easily by clicking the wrong stuff. So, um, I have seen some chatter about a simple mode, where you set it up using the regular mode and then you can flip it over into a simple mode. But I think the app as a whole on both, or at least on the Apple side, probably the Android side, if you notice, Rob, it's getting simpler and simpler to operate.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah.
point where I think at some point it's just going to say, here you go, put your name and where you're going to be in it, and it just works.
I
Um,
but I
Yeah.
like
And
all the features for me. I like how it is and it's nice. I like the app as it is, but once I put it on someone else's phone in the family, I get it set up and then I just want hit user mode, boom, and that hides all the settings and it's just pretty much the chat and any friends or favorite nodes in the area that are in our private channels you see on the map and that's all you need to see.
yeah,
you
part of the
know, I
problem is you
think,
have three development teams.
Mhm.
You have the hardware, the actual Meshtastic firmware development team, right?
Mhm.
And they're getting inundated with more and more devices to be able to put onto Meshtastic. Um, luckily, they're getting paid sort of now.
Yay.
Um, yeah, but then now you also then you have the Android app development team and you have the Apple app development team.
Mhm.
The firmware team is driving a lot of changes very fast. The encryption is about to change again, or something with the routing. I mean, they've started moving towards smart routing incrementally. So the firmware guys are driving the ship, and then the guys with the phone apps are just. It seems like they're just trying to keep up and adding some enhancements as they go.
Mhm.
And go ahead, Rob. I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, no, that's fine. All I was going to say is, I think having the default long fast channel when you flash the device is kind of the attempt at an easy mode,
Mhm.
right? But the problem with that is everybody is on that, right?
Mhm.
And you need an easy mode that is a private easy mode, right?
Mhm.
So, I think that should be, the first question whenever you flash a device and it comes up, right? Do you want to set up uh,
I, I
your own
I think
network
that first
and just
screen would
have it
be
do
the
it for you?
setup, yeah. But then you scan it and then it'd be like enable user mode and then you got to
Yeah,
know
because
like the bottom press of the screen to get to all the settings.
because from an income standpoint, with what we use in our club, because we use Meshtastic in the club at events, it is extremely complicated to set up 20 devices
Mhm.
on a private frequency and a private channel
Download
and
the app
making
on
sure
everyone's
that,
phone.
right. And well, even just setting the devices up themselves, I've got 18 T1000s that we use that we can hand out for asset tracking. And I can sit here and methodically program them all identically, I thought, right? And then we fire them all up, and one of them's not reporting accurate, precise location. Another one didn't take the secondary channel like it's supposed to.
Mhm.
Another one didn't take the program completely when I tried, and I've tried multiple different ways. So yeah, an easy a way where you could say, okay, number one, do you want to get into the general mesh or do you want to have a private group? Right. That steers the direction right off the bat. That should be the first question. And then two, how do you want to set it up with basic settings? That's what I think is ideal. And the suggestions go out there, but do you have a development team that's got that they're doing what they think is right at the time? And a lot of it is catch up.
Mhm.
Um, it's taken what, 2 years, Rob, for them to figure out how to make Meshtastic work in a 500 plus node dense environment.
Yeah,
Well, that's growing pains, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Before,
sure,
because
sure.
ham people latched onto this and be like, "This is awesome. Let's take it to convention and crash it." The initial intent was just to be community, small groups, and nothing that large. So I just think that's growing pains, and to see them to react so fast to get us for the next event a special firmware that had things turned on and allow it to work. Oh, this blows my mind. It was so awesome, and they're so responsive. Dave, I remember you just sitting around anywhere we're at, and just people are handing you devices, and all you're doing is just when we're all smoking cigars, you got a line of people with devices, and you're like, all right, program this one and program this
Yep.
one, update this one, get this one working. So you're the man.
That's what I do.
So in the chat,
I love when Dave's at a ham fest. It's a beautiful thing.
in the chat and also in the comments, if this is a subject y'all want to know more on, let me know. We'll bring Dave and Robert back on, and we'll just hammer this out more. But we're kind of at the top of the hour here, so I'm gonna go ahead and give both of y'all a chance to tell us what's coming on and going on in y'all's channels. Let's go ahead and start with Dave, man. What do you got going on?
Well, I am actually, if you notice, my background is completely different than it has been in the
I'm
past.
looking at the 3D printer.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to, oh, wrong way. Used to have
Right.
2 3D printers and 4 AMSs
Mm-hmm.
all along this wall. I'm in a transition where in April, I'm going to be moving out of the house and into an RV and living in an RV full time.
Mm-hmm.
So I am downsizing right now. The desk setup that I have right now is what is actually going to be relocated into the camper,
Mm-hmm.
dimensionally and everything else. So yeah, I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and I need to start videotaping what I'm doing, because if you can imagine going from a 2,500 square foot house and 22 acres to the house that I'm renting now to soon to be less than 500 square feet on wheels, and having to downsize and still get to play with all the ham radio toys, still have my radio in front of me and be able to play with Meshtastic and be able
Mm-hmm.
to play with Raspberry Pi stuff. So yeah, that's the videos will be coming out soon of me. This is what it takes to go from having your regular life of, I mean, I was at the Ham Radio Club yesterday and brought in 3 totes of just random stuff
Oh my
that I
gosh.
have acquired. They're the big totes of
Mm-hmm.
random stuff I acquired, and said, guys, have at it. I want the totes empty because I need to reuse them. And the guys had a blast.
That's awesome.
So that's what I got going on right now.
Well, thank you, Dave, for jumping on. I appreciate it. Robert, what's going on over on your Digital Rancher side?
Yeah, so I've started doing a Friday night live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called The Late Shift. Starts at 9 p.m. Central. So, if you need something to do on a Friday night, and, we start at 9 p.m., we've went as late as 2 a.m. I think almost 3 a.m.
Ooh,
one night.
jeez.
Now, the last couple haven't been quite that long, so it just depends, right? Depends on what's going on with the chat and, where usually I'll start with a topic that goes for an hour or so, and then, it's squirrel time.
Mm-hmm.
And, we just cover what everybody wants to talk about. So the things that I'm talking about now that everyone seems to be interested in is the tiny ground station
Mm-hmm.
project, right? That's another great fun device, or a great fun project you can do with these little devices, right? They run Meshtastic. Some of those, the Heltex, and there is a LilyGo that can also run the firmware for the tiny ground station. And so that's a lot of fun. I'm just getting ready to start building my CubeSat sim. That'll be a
Ooh.
series that I do live during the live streams. And yeah, just kind of playing
You
with
you kind of
this, that, and everything.
inspired me doing this live stream and build as you work, because I used to
Mm.
edit and be in Discord all the time. And I might try to build and be on a live stream over on the second channel. I already got that linked in the chat above me. That's Tank Depot 1. That's where I'm gonna try to play with some off live stream kind of contents and formats to see what works. And I'm also going to try to do some members only live streams over there and some other stuff. So you inspired me, Robert.
Oh,
Hey,
well,
Rob,
good.
which Meshtastic type devices will work for the satellite thing to receive?
ESP32 devices.
Okay. And does it have to have, I guess, the 400 megahertz range?
It is the 433. Yeah, 433
433.
megahertz. Yep.
Okay. So like, would a Heltec V3 work?
Yep.
I mean,
That's what I'm
is
using, a
V3.
Heltec V3.
Okay, then I will. I didn't want to try and buy a new device, but
I
I've
got
got
that
plenty.
downstairs.
So
That's the one
Yeah.
that's charging.
Yeah, that's the one that I've got it set up right in front of the window. I'm trying a bunch of different configurations with it. Cornell University has a fun project that they're launching something they call a chipsat outside of a CubeSat. And so they're going to deploy a CubeSat, right? Everybody knows what the CubeSats are these days. It's the, you know, the small satellites. Well, this one's like a jack in the box. One of the sides pops open and a little parachute type thing pops out, and they've got 4 chipsats that will be transmitting telemetry on 433 megahertz, and you can use TinyGS to receive
that's
that.
awesome.
okay,
Yeah. So that's a real, it's a cool thing. Look into that. It's called, Cornell's Alpha CubeSat. That's where you can kind of learn about it. I did a stream on it a week ago. Josh did a stream on it last night. Well, he did his after chat in trying to flash a device for that. But it's coming up in December. It's currently scheduled for December 1, so you still have time to get your stuff together. But it's only a 2-day mission.
Oh, wow.
So that thing, yeah. So this solar sail is going to get, jack in the box out of the CubeSat, and then it's got enough drag on it that they expect it'll re-enter and burn up in 2 days. So there's only 2 days where you can try to capture telemetry from these.
Is that through ARIS, Amateur Radio ISS?
It is on the ISS, so it's going to be launched from the ISS.
Which I was asking, is the ARIS group doing that, or is this a different group?
Well, it's Cornell University built the satellite. And they've developed and designed this solar sail. This is a material that is powered by the sun, right? So there's no battery. That's the other thing that's pretty cool in this project. I mean, this is a really cool project. There's no battery. This material captures the photons, turns that into electricity to power these transmitters. Now they only transmit at 100 milliwatts. So that's the other thing. You got to make sure that your station can receive that kind of low power. So I'm playing with a bunch of different stuff, right? I'm playing with LNAs and different antennas to see what gives me the best reception, because I want to try to capture one of those chipsat telemetry packets.
That's awesome. I'm going to talk to you more about that, get more information, because I saw another group talk about it. I was like, oh, I need to figure that out. Y'all hang out real fast. I'm going to wrap us up. Thank y'all.
Hey, Dave.
Good.
Thank y'all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are amazing. And thank y'all to the supporters of the channel. I can't do this without y'all. Trying to find the activity view so I can see who helped us out. It's not coming up. I'm sorry. Thank y'all who donated via the super chats and made this stream free for everybody. Thank y'all. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to search Tank Radio for any podcast or app, and the beer mugs will be shipped in about 3, maybe 4 weeks. So I can't wait to get those out there to y'all. I think that's everything. I'm going to remember something else as soon as I hit the button. But as always, y'all, go forth and conquer. Say bye.
Bye.
Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You can support me on Patreon. There is a link in the description below. And to all my tankers out there, go forth and conquer.